Today we have a top 10 list. The top 10 Silver Age foil commons. There's some prices that'll surprise you. First of all, I want to preface this by saying some of these cards have extremely low, I wouldn't say population. I would just say what's available. Like, there's not many copies out there. The market is thin on some of these cards. I was doing my research trying to find prices. Like, the TCG Player affiliate app doesn't have, where you scan the cards. The TCG Player app, it prices out your cards. Anyway, it doesn't have some of these cards because there's no available copies or they're hard to find. And so I had to gather sources from like the internet, of course. How old am I? eBay and TCG Player. So I was comparing a lot of prices and there's low stock on some of these. And the other thing that I realized, straight up half of the cards on this list are from Mercadian masques. No wonder why we ripped these boxes so often on this channel. I love it. It's pretty awesome. So let's get to it. The number 10 card from Mercadian masques, $80, Gush. Blue card, nice and easy to use. And that's going to be a common theme here is that they're all like kind of no-brainers to use in a lot of decks. And, when I was pricing these out, I'm only pricing near mint copies because that's what I'm concerned with. Because these are commons. So back in the day when someone would pull foil, it wasn't as special as it is now, first of all. Second of all, the commons were ignored or played. And so you end up with a lot of beat up cards. And trust me, I went from vendor to vendor at MagicCon looking for a dark ritual foil from Mercadian masques in good condition. I found like six or seven dark ritual foils, but not one in acceptably near mint condition. I had to pull one in order to get one that I wanted for my collection. Okay, so number 10 is Gush, Mercadian masques, $80. Great card. Cabal Ritual, number 9 from Torment, $100 card. Again, nice, easy to use and play. I'll have it up here so you can read it and you can tell why people would have it in their deck. Snuff Out, Mercadian masques, $150 card, and Counterspell, Mercadian masques, $150 cards. That's number 8 and number 7. Again, I mean, I am not going to keep on saying it. They're all simple, easy to use cards that are kind of obvious, and they're kind of obvious to use. And it's crazy that these foils have gotten to these prices, but then again, it isn't really when you think about the fact that they are used and nobody knew how to take care of foils back in the day. Number 6 from 7th edition is Llanowar Elves. So easy, little mana dork, $150. And Counterspell from 7th edition. Again, 2 Counterspells in the top 10. $170. Now, these 4 have such low stock, the top 4, so 6 and 5 was Llanowar Elves and Counterspell. The top 4 have such low stock that the TCG Player app had trouble pricing them. Card Kingdom didn't have copies, and there's only a couple of copies on either TCG Player or eBay in terms of near mint, right? Number 4 would be Days from Nemesis. It's at $250 plus, meaning that was kind of the floor. There was one for $220, but I don't think that was near mint. That was on eBay, and the supply is extremely low. Rhystic Study from Prophecy has a lot more supply. However, it has a lot more utility and a lot more base value, meaning the regular version. And honestly, Rhystic Study, it has the most value here of all these cards except for Snuff Out, Cabal Ritual. Those are $8 and $10. The rest of them are like $2 cards, right? So Rhystic Study, it's kind of crazy that it isn't higher than it is. $300 and multiple copies out there. Some claiming to be near mint, probably not near mint. Again, when I look at foils that were near mint in the market, not many of them lived up to that name or that category, that ranking. So number 4, Days, and number 3, Rhystic Study, with not many of either. a lot less of days. Dark Ritual Mercadian Masques. Again, another card where there is a lot less than Rhystic Study out there. And it's hard to find actual near mint copies. And the prices are $350 plus across the board. Brainstorm, number 1. Mercadian Masques. Again, so this is Dark Ritual Mercadian Masques, Brainstorm Mercadian Masques, number 2 and number 1. $750 plus currently. There are no Brainstorms out there on the open market. You could probably get it a lot cheaper and probably more quality in the private market on Facebook, probably for $500 or $400. But that's not being publicly advertised, and you'd have to go seek that out. So as far as copies available on eBay or any of that, I think there's a BGS 9 for $750, and that's the only one that's near mint. Okay, so Brainstorm, not many out there. Kind of crazy, but kind of expected. Again, simple, easy, playable card. It's been reprinted so much. It's one of the very few that has resisted reprint after reprint. This was its first foil version. There's a Judge foil that uses the same art, but it's not as expensive. As we know, Judge foils are kind of weird like that. Some are more expensive than the normal version. Some are less expensive. Yeah, so that's the top 10 Silver Age common foils. If you like this type of thing, let me know. I got a couple more, nothing crazy, just more along the same lines. Silver Age foils, right? We have uncommons and rares coming soon, so stay tuned for that. I don't know if I already released them, but maybe not. Remember to like and subscribe for all that top 10 and more and whatever. Check out my Patreon. We do old school box breaks to try and pull these foils pretty often. We could use more people to fill the box breaks, especially if you like Mercadian Masques. We love ripping that. Otherwise, if you're going to buy any foils, remember to use the affiliate link in the description. It's free and easy to use. Take care. Have a lovely day, everyone. I will catch you soon. Peace.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?